Alright, so we beat Donkey Kong Country 3 a couple days ago, and I really didn't do a review on it. I just moved on to the next retro game, which is we're in the middle of Dark Cloud for the PlayStation 2, which is very fun, by the way. But I thought I'd at least give Donkey Kong Country 3 like my opinion video, just so we can get it out of the way. Maybe in the future it'll change. But I played this game because it's one that I never played as a kid growing up with my Super Nintendo. I of course did play 1. I did play 2. I really like those games. Really, really great. And I just never played 3 because I heard it was so different from the first 2. It was sort of like the black sheep of the family, and I heard to just skip it. I played it out of curiosity, and while I was playing it, some people came in and they were talking about the history of the game and why they played it themselves. Some people were all like, well, it's the third game, you might as well play it just to complete the trilogy. And some were saying like, oh, it's not a bad game, you know, it picks up after this sort of time. And then some people started saying what happened to the game, like, oh wow, this was like a sort of semi-spite to Miyamoto or something. I don't know how much of this is true, just through the talk of the chat. Kiddy Kong is in here, and the original story was not supposed to have him there at all. It was supposed to have like Donkey Kong and stuff like that, and maybe saving Diddy Kong. It would have been better that way. The first game was Donkey Kong and Diddy saving the Banana Horde. Second game was Dixie and Diddy saving Donkey. And if the third game totally got rid of that character, the Kiddy Kong, this guy, like, he sucks. He sucks as a character. I don't think they even brought him back in any other games, at least at a large capacity. The third game should have been Dixie Kong and Donkey Kong going to save Diddy Kong, because essentially throughout this game you are saving both of them, which is kind of lame. They did not need to make this new character, especially this guy who is literally the same as Donkey Kong in terms of what he does. He does the exact same things. The music stopped? Come on, music. Come on, music. I have this music playing this time. So what do I think about the game? We beat it. I did not 100% it, but we did go through every single world, and I think it is not a terrible game. It has a lot of cool things about it that are familiar, but also improvements. So you have all the collectibles from the second game that are just enhanced here. You know, you got the gigantic DK coins, you got the banana coins, you got the extra stages with the mini games. You have new mounts like the one you're seeing right here. We can skip ahead a little bit. You got new mini games here. You have some extra characters. I really like the overworld screen where you're running around instead of just going through a path like in like Mario World or in Donkey Kong 1, where you press a pathway and it just follows a little thing and you go to the stage. You can actually, you know, ride your machines, or what the hell are they called, like land and water sort of mounts. What the fuck are they called? Your water thingies, whatever, and then you get a plane later to go through the stages, and you can find little secrets with mini games in it. So there's a lot of good changes, but the only thing that's missing for me is there's something wrong with the overall package. Like, okay, if you take away the graphics and how revolutionary how revolutionary it was, which is the pre-rendered graphics, and it looks good for a Super Nintendo game. You take that away, it pretty much just becomes a 2D platformer with okay level design. What makes it stand out besides the graphics as a Donkey Kong Country game, 1 and 2 in my opinion, is the music and the sound effects. It is the top rated of all time in my book. They are so good. I love listening to those soundtracks all the time. Playing through this one, pretty much none of them stood out in my mind as like, wow, that's a classic. This is cool. I really want to re-listen to this. And I also felt like it was missing a lot of sound effects that made the game have more impact. Like, for example, when beating down bosses, no gigantic orchestra music would pop up. You know, you hit an enemy, you don't feel the impact. It just didn't feel good. But the best part about this game was definitely all of the levels. The level designs were vastly improved upon the first 2 games. They all had their own sort of different gimmicks. Like maybe someplace in the water, you're being chased. Maybe it's a poison water where you have inverted controls. Instead of riding a golf cart, instead of riding a minecart here, you have a bobsled. You have some moving stages where you have to dodge a giant saw. There is a ton of different types of levels in here, and they're all different from beginning to end. The bosses are okay in here. They're very they're harder than the first 2 games in terms of like how you defeat them. The last boss was a little tough too. Definitely harder than King K. Cruel. This one, it was the Einstein, I forgot his name. It's like based off of like Frankenstein, the scientist. He was even wearing a coat. But yeah, like it's not a bad game, and it is a slow start. And someone did say, hey, it picks up around World 4 and 5. It does. It really does. It gets more harder. And I do have to say, like, I had no problem beating this game. I think it took maybe 4 hours? 4-ish hours. 4 to 5 hours to go through it all. And that's not even, like, playing the extra stages. I just went through beginning to end. I did not try to collect everything. Every once in a while, I would jump through a bonus thing. But for the most part, I just wanted to get to the end and see it. There is a Lost World just like in number 2, and that probably, requires you to collect a bunch of stuff. In this game, they have like a bunch of different bears. It's rare, so I think they got the bear idea from this game, and they turned him into Banjo-Kazooie later because he looks just like him. But there's like a huge family of bears all over the world, and you're collecting coins, and you're buying items, and you're trading items with all of them to unlock more stages, and probably get to the final world, which, as a casual playing this, I don't want to go through all that stuff. But I think, yeah, the only thing missing is this Kiddy Kong sucks. The music and sound effects are just not on par with the other games. If Donkey Kong was replaced here and we were saving Diddy Kong only, and the music and sound effects were there, people would have jumped onto this so hard. Because, getting rid of those, the game itself is good. The game itself is good. So Donkey Kong Country 3, I'm happy I played it, and I now know the differences and my own, that's my own take on it. It's a good game, just they had some problems with the heads of Nintendo, and they had to do their own thing, but that's okay. That's it.